Kyle Montgomery, world champ. Joe Borchert back at you from our ACC Digital Network studios, taking a look at Florida State Super Regional Best of 3 with Stanford, a university that he's pretty familiar with. Joe, let's talk about these Noles first. And man, they really seem to have righted the ship after going 0-3 in the ACC tournament, playing much better now here in the NCAA tournament. What's been the biggest difference for them?
I think the time off really helped them. They obviously seem to benefit from getting those 5 days between the ACC championship and their regional. It's kind of a question to see how much they were actually tested in that regional. Stanford is obviously going to pose a much bigger threat to them. Obviously, Florida State has Ramsey and Boyd in the middle of their lineup. They're hitting 280 as a team. They're a very solid team.
Sure.
They're going to need Devin Travis and Sherman Johnson and the rest of that lineup to step up throughout this series.
Yeah, but as you know, that could be easier said than done. We presume that Mark Appel is going to get the start. He's an ace, one of the best pitchers in the country, went 8th overall in Monday night's draft. How in the world do they weather that storm? Is the lineup strong enough to weather that storm in Game 1 if he goes?
I think they can be strong enough. If those guys do step up, if the rest of the lineup steps up, and they really get Appel's pitch count up early, that's going to be the key, is how quickly can they get him out of the game, because he's the main horse for Stanford. Stanford is a much more balanced team, it looks like, than Florida State on paper. They have Piscotti and company that really produce well offensively. 46 home runs as a team, 290 batting average. I really think that.
I tell you what, Joe, from the sounds of it, do you think Stanford's going to win this thing? I mean, you're going all Stanford here.
Well, Florida State is 31-5 at home. Down in Tallahassee, they're a very tough team, but at the risk of being called a homer,
I knew it.
I'm gonna go with Stanford in this series.
You risked it, and I'm going to do it for everybody else. Homer. All right, we'll see what happens. Noles Cardinals, 7 p.m. on ESPN2. I can't wait. For Joe Borchert, I'm Kyle Montgomery saying so long.